you never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for life. You're done it, but the time it takes you, your life survive.
Hello, welcome to the Knife Lab. We have got some new materials.
There have been great advances in materials.
Yes. New materials.
Roman in Switzerland has sent this to be tested. This is an elastic ceramic prototype knife. So not a steel, a ceramic, but unlike a lot of ceramics, has some wiggle to it, has some flex to it. I have no idea what to expect. He's very confident in the edge retaining abilities of this material. It is so damn light. This knife weighs nothing. It would be like 50 grams, 20 grams, 1 grams. I don't know, it's so light. Really comfortable sort of plastic handle on it as well. Just feels nice. But anyway, prototype only, and there is even a second iteration of this stuff, but this is definitely something that he is sort of pioneering or working with a group to pioneer. I don't know, but very excited. A very thin, just chef style blade here. Similar in concept, I suppose, to Sandrin's tungsten carbide, as in it's not a steel, but a kind of a good food prep material because it's going to last a long time, isn't going to rust, all that sort of good stuff. But again, made of ceramic, so like a stone based rather than even a tungsten base, anything like that. But the rest of the science behind it, I can't really delve much into because I don't know a huge amount myself. Check out Roman on Instagram. He makes he's in that field of knife makers that's really into the steel and the tech sort of thing. So you got like Sean at Triple B. You got Shannon's steelworking Shannon's, you know, Colin Shannon, guys like that who are really into like the good materials. Gary Creeley, that sort of stuff. Roman's a bit like that too. This is something else so entirely. This is very interesting, very high tech. So we're gonna do a twisted scissor rope cut test with it, and I got no idea what to expect here. Ceramic knives in the past, they hold their edges amazingly on food, but when it comes to rope in this test, they're middling at best. I think the ceramic knife I've tested, just like a Kyocera, cut about 150 times or something, and then it was just not quite right anymore. It's a very different kind of edge degradation I usually find as well. However, the additional magic that's been done with this one to make it elastic, to make it flexible, to make it tough, hopefully pulls a bit of weight in a rope cut test. And I just, as I say, I got no idea how it's going to go. So what I'm going to use this back portion of the blade. I find on these larger chef's knife blades to still do the same kind of rolling push cut that I do. I got more control down this end rather than the tip. It's just a little bit tricky. This knife is crazy sharp at the moment. I'll show you before I start the test, but otherwise, let's get into it. "17-degree mirror polished, by the way, in case you're curious. So lines up well with my other stuff, sort of, but then remembering this is a super thin chef blade as well, and super thin does help a little tiny bit, I suspect. Also, anyway, let's see how much it cuts.
Never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? I'm living in a dry land. The left is in a lost end. A heartbeat for a demon. Our wages in a change land. I'm giving the balance, but I'm standing on razor's edge now. Real quick, all my life is over. One strike just a pain, then I'm out of his field of vision. but I'm ready to strike them down now. I just saw the new stars, there's no time for indecision.
1,000 cuts. Oh. Still push cutting, insane. Don't even need a glider. 1,000 cuts.
A river in a dry land, the last is in a lost head. When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet, now we needed a heartbeat for dreaming.
Just making sure it recorded. Oh, that'd be an annoying one to redo. Starting at 1,200. Oh. Crikey. And yeah, 1,200. And still cutting like it did when I started. What the shit.
Had a selling my word of conflict. One goes what keeps me going. Take back when the lost to the bosses of greed and fear.
1,500.
Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to take them down now. The time for a new start is constantly drawing nearer.
1,550. I would just like to formalize that this has now gone longer than any other blade material ever on the channel. 1,550. Previous record holder was Sandrin and Rex 121 at 1,540. So there you go. That's something. Actually, we'll make sure it's still cutting at 1,550. Yeah, it is. Very well. Jesus. Somehow cut myself. I didn't even realize when I did it.
River in a dry land, the last is in a lost head. When the hope of new
1,700.
now we needed a heartbeat for demon. Oasis in the seas land, remind us from here, creating new life, creating rivers in the desert.
I didn't think I'd ever say this, but 2,000 cuts. It's still virtually push cutting. Maybe not push cutting, but the gliding cut that I do to test if it's still sharp. Oh, I mean, it's a little fluffy, but it's definitely not like almost dying. At 2,000 cuts, that's 2 followed by 3 zeros.
When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet.
2,100. Oh, there's a definite fluffy patch. Oh, and almost a tear. 2,100, Roman. 2,100. All right, I'm gonna give it another 100 and we'll see what it does. $2,200, and I'm seriously worried about the storage of my phone. All right. Oh, you know what? It's not really done. I think it's just me hoping it's done. It's definitely not when I'd normally stop, so I guess I shouldn't stop now. All right, 2,200. I'm just gonna space this out a bit. There we go. the third hank of rope, Roman. Ugh. Whew. 2,200. Oh, that's almost a mercy. Still not. You know what? It's still not ready to stop. It's not where I'd stop a normal test, another test. So from 2,300, we're going to give it like another 50 and see if that skip gets worse. Geez, knowing this freaky stuff, it'll probably get better. All right. So Roman, your knife cut through the rope 2,350 times before it no longer easily slices through a held sheet of paper, as per the 350 odd other of these tests I've done in my life. I kind of decided by. It's pretty safe to say this is the longest lasting edge retaining material that I could expect exists on the planet right now for this sort of stuff anyway. I really can't think of something else apart from if you were to make a knife of perfectly chiseled diamond or something similar. Maybe I'm just a bit exhausted and hyperbolic, but that is insane. 2,350, that's 800 cuts more than sandrin, which in itself is an insane material. Another sort of non-steel, and again 850 odd cuts more than the best steel for edge retention that you can get at the moment, which is CPM Rex 121, which in itself is a crazy mix of elements in its matrix. So 2,350 for Roman's elastic ceramic knife. And I'm going to go and do some stretches. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Check out Roman on Instagram to see what other mad scientist shit he's cooking up. Thing is, this is just a iteration of this stuff. I think he's still working on it, so amazing. That is a lot of tomatoes. That's probably about 100,000 tomatoes cut before you even started to see any slowdown. This is twisted sisal rope. This stuff sucks to cut. A standard VG10 Spyderco kitchen knife will cut on a good day at this angle, maybe 180 to 200 times for a twisted sisal. So you're looking at least 10 times the edge retention of a good kitchen knife steel. And even if you source a kitchen knife in some crazy steel, it's going to cut about 75% longer than any of those too. Wow. Even Ada's surprised.
There have been great advances in materials.
Yes. New materials.